Hey everybody, welcome to our YouTube channel. This is our family, and we are off-grid on Friday.
Well, good morning everybody. It is the weekend and I decided to spend my Sunday morning after church working on this. On the right you see the right black handle. That is the gate valve for the black tank release. It is leaking through the handle. The gate valve itself I think is damaged beyond repair. And the gate valve on the left is also leaking. That is a gray water release. Every time I open this cap, I usually get a really happy surprise of leftover sewage even after a dump to go ahead and splash my hands. I wear gloves, but it's still a pretty unpleasant experience, and trying to change these valves out today by myself with some YouTube engineering to go ahead and get this started. What I've brought today is 2 replacement gate valves and a tertiary valve you can use as a bayonet add-on that will hopefully mitigate any kind of leakage or any kind of problems in the future from splashing my hands. So I've got a 3rd gate valve that holds back these 2 gate valves even if these 2 new gate valves fail. I obviously have a drip pan. I dumped really well and flushed this tank really well, but with my luck there's always something a little bit left for me. So I have these pans underneath, so when I'm working on it, any kind of drippage doesn't go into this parking lot. I brought a cutting knife to go ahead and cut away any kind of foam or any kind of compartment. You can see that the valves are both tucked up in there. It's supposed to be an easy process. 4 bolts each on this Y connector from these sewage pipes, but we'll see how my luck runs. Obviously rubber gloves, the 2 7/16 wrenches, which fits these, the bolt and the nuts on these sets. So hopefully I have the tools necessary, and we'll get this started. All right, here comes the fun part. I'm gonna open up the cap and see what's in there. Please, please be dry. Well, at least it's clear. Okay, so far so good. Now for the even worse part, I gotta open up that black tank valve and see if there's any residual. I'm gonna do this off camera because it may be a horrendous experience. Okay, not that bad. Actually, not that much residue. Not that horrific of a residue. But one thing I forgot to mention is safety glasses. Definitely wear safety glasses. I am wearing my safety glasses right now. You can't see, but they are on. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and time lapse. I'm gonna cut around this area and see how easy these bolts go, and then we'll go from there. All right, I don't know if you can see, but I cut away all of this. It's basically a plastic version of cardboard. I guess it's just to protect the undercarriage of the vehicle, but I could tell it was taped away before, so I just cut away at the other taped away areas. The dealership had attempted to repair it, and it worked for a little while, but whenever we change elevation or anything like that, go ahead and comment in this comment section. When you change elevation or altitude when you're camping, do you have issues with the gate valves leaking out of your RV dump, either black or gray? I'd be interested to know. I couldn't really find too much on forums and YouTube at this point. Anyways, you have these bolts. Each has 4 bolts right here. This is the gray tank valve. 1 bolt here, 1 bolt up there, another bolt right there, and then another bolt right here. So I'm gonna have to pretty much get right underneath these with my 7/16 wrenches, and remove that gate valve, replace it, and do the same over here. See, this Y connector goes down to the ultimate dump area. All right, let's see what we can do. Okay, let's take the old valve out. Not sure if you can see it, but here we go. loose a little bit. Just gonna pull it out. Pretty tight in there. A little bit of drainage there, all right? You're gonna get that when you move pipes around. You're gonna get a little residual moving around. Well, they're all loose. There it is. All right. That was all right. One gate valve out. On there, make sure there's no other seals in there. All right. That's that. Is there a seal on here? Yeah, seals, 2 seals. Okay, well, seals are out. Let's put the new one in. The last thing I want is debris between these seals. And this thing here. Let's put the seals in. It's pretty obvious how you put the seals in. You just place them with the inner lip inside the gate valve. And then you want to do your best to line everything up. You can see maybe there's a lip in here. This goes over. See if I can do this all in one fell swoop, which is not usually my MO. Looks like no. Maybe I'll do this. Put this over first. Seat the seal nice and good over that. And then I'm gonna get something to wipe the seal off. It got dirty. Well, all right. Let's try this again. Clean the seal off. Almost want to try this. We're gonna put this in here. Let's see if I can get this down low enough. Tight fit, that is for sure. Get this seal nice and clean. There we go. There's one bada. Okay. One more time. The seal inside. Make sure it seats real nice and good. I'm not gonna lie. It's a booger. This is a booger. That's for sure. That's for sure. I don't know if I should be doing both gate valves at once or one at a time. Either way, this is a bit of a turd. Okay, gate valve is in there. Take this off. I have a feeling I should have had it on. I have a feeling I should have had them both seated in place, either on the gate valve or on the pipes before I started. And so I'm gonna put this on here, seated nice and clean. This one just fell off, so you guys can watch me bumble through all this. Hopefully you guys do a better job than me.
hopefully all of our jobs are successful and leak-free, right? That's the point. All right, see it's nice and clean on there. Let's see how we're gonna separate this. Running out of room here. Isn't what I would call a spacious work environment. Okay, there's one. That's really muscleless. Make sure it's seats. Come on, baby, seat. Seat, baby, seat. Alright. Cannot tell if it is seated or not. It does not look seated. No, it's not. You gotta get all up in this. Deal. Yeah. Time out. All right, I'm gonna try a different tactic. Instead of doing it one at a time, I'm gonna go for the full mess, take the whole Y down, and see if I can get the gates and seal seated pretty much, and then just put into the corresponding pieces all at once. So let's see how this goes. So here we are, smack dab in the middle, if I'm lucky, of this project. What I'm about to show you is not for the faint of heart. If you have a gag problem when you see poopy stuff, then go ahead and look away. If not, keep watching. Right there, I'm not gonna get too close, but you can see all the junk that was on that gate valve and how mangled that valve was. This was a replacement valve put on by the dealership under warranty less than 6 months ago. So that is the lovely never-ending supply of black tank juice. And of course the gray water ran out a long time ago because it's clean and convenient. But yeah, that. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and put everything back together now. I got the Y valve out. I got the gasket on there. Gasket on there. I gotta put the last gasket over the poopy side right there. And there's already one over there. And hopefully they go on straight and I don't mangle them like the dealer. Please pray for me. This is pretty, this is a poopy job. And pun and no pun intended, I don't even care. It's gross. It's splashed everywhere. It's a thing. All right, so finished up putting the valves on. Saw on some other YouTube goes at this that some folks are able to do a valve in like 10 minutes or less, 2 valves in 30 minutes or less. That's my hats off to them. That's amazing. That wasn't my plight. That wasn't my journey, as we'll call it, through swimming in all the excrement the Brill family had to offer in the residual black tank of our travel trailer. So anyways, let me just go ahead and show you a little bit of what I've got so far. All right, so they're back on. they're tightened on. I did the whole star formation where I tightened one, then I tightened the opposite one. I believe I seated the valves where they needed to be. I took a double look as far as I could. The angles and the visuals I was able to get on this project was what made it really difficult. The 4 bolts are easy. Muscling it in was kind of hard, but because of the angles, it was extremely hard to muscle in and not smush the O-rings, the gaskets, or whatever I guess they'd be gaskets, because you want those gaskets to be straight. I have a sneaking suspicion that not getting the gaskets on straight last time is why this is the 3rd valve changeout for the black tank, right? The first one, there was an issue and it was probably just a bunch of junk caught up in there. Second time, they just put the valve on and it wasn't quite straight, and over time, really just a few months, it gave up. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and clean up and go from there. Okay, now I'm gonna use some Gorilla Tape, some Flex Seal, and the rest of what I have left of my positive mental attitude to put this piece back up there, and hopefully it stays on the highways. Protect some wires and things up there. All right, she's all taped up underneath. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can. Tight angle still. I over taped it so I wouldn't have to flex seal it, because I just don't want to open that can of worms. Also, you're wondering, wow, where did you get that fancy gray handle? Weren't they 2 black handled valves? You're not wrong. They were 2 black handled valves. But with my high level of artistic prowess, I put duct tape on there because it's gray and it's duct tape and it's easy. And that's me. All right, so let's do the final step here. So since this is probably the last clip of the video, I'm probably gonna get pooped on again. Somehow, there's some poop right in here waiting for me. I've got this t-shirt to catch it. I hope it's a small amount. This t-shirt here. I hope it's a small amount. All I wanna do is put this on here and then just call it a day. Just be done. So this is supposed to be the final countdown. If these 2 valves fail, which I really hope they didn't, I put a lot of, I wouldn't say TLC, but I put a lot of effort into it. I hope they work out. If they don't, here is my fail-safe, the 3rd valve. We'll see how this goes. So let's open it up and see what gift is in store for me in this Y connector. Oh, just 1 drop. Wow, that is out of character. I will take it. I will take that all day. All right, here we are. Here we are. And then I will put, let's see here, is there actually an area for a cap here? Pop this off. There we go. And voila, we did it.